Everybody's always like, you don't do any fish recipes. So today we'll make one. And it's something that is, for me, makes a lot of sense for this time of year. We're in that back to school mode and we always want an easy way to put dinner on the table. And so today we're making teriyaki roasted salmon. So here we've got a beautiful piece of salmon. Just make sure it's a nice fresh piece of fish. You should smell it and it should smell clean, like salt water. We've got the skin on. I don't want the skin. I'm gonna show you how to quickly remove that skin. And then we're gonna make a homemade teriyaki sauce. Now, I didn't wanna make a homemade teriyaki sauce. I use this brand of teriyaki sauce and I love it. It's sort of like a thick, glazy, nice teriyaki sauce with some sesame seed. It's pretty basic, pretty delicious. But we're gonna make our own today in a very similar style in case you want to. And you could just use this or your favorite teriyaki sauce in a pinch, or you can make it yourself. Be honest, I never made teriyaki sauce before, but I figured on the show we should figure it out. And so I got a recipe from, I'm not gonna try and pronounce his name, but he's a great sushi chef. I'll link him down below. He's got a great channel. And yeah, so we're just gonna get all of these ingredients here. I've got some honey, some sugar, some brown sugar, garlic, ginger, and then soy sauce, and mirin, which is just a cooking wine. And this has alcohol in it, which we want to cook down. So we're basically going to pour this into a pot, reduce that down, bring it up to a boil, cook that alcohol out, add the soy sauce, the sugars, and some diced up vegetables. Then we're going to reduce that down till it's as thick as we like. At that point, you can sort of make it looser or thicker depending on what you want. We're sort of doing a glaze, so we want it a little thicker. Toss it onto the salmon, and this salmon's real thin. It's going to cook real quick. Over a bowl of white rice or some sushi rice, this is a fantastic dish. So let's just get right into it. First, we're going to prep some of our veg. We don't need to be considerate about how we cut it. We're just trying to extract the flavor, and we're going to strain it out later. So we could just smash it. So I'm only going to use about this much of ginger, but I'm going to peel off the skins. So we got that stuff ready to go. So we've got a cup of soy sauce, a cup of mirin, a half cup of granulated sugar, a quarter cup of brown sugar, and a quarter cup of honey. We've got a few garlic cloves smashed up and a little knob of ginger diced up. That's all that's gonna go into this. Gonna go in with the mirin first, reduce that down, cook the alcohol out, then add the rest of the ingredients. Reduce that down until it becomes the consistency that we're looking for. There is no right or wrong consistency. It's whatever the kind of thickness and glaze you're looking for, that's when it's done. And remember, it will thicken and tighten up once you cool it down. So you wanna like pull it when it's just before the thickness you want. You don't wanna like cook it to the thickness you want in the pan, if that makes sense to you. It will sort of thicken as it cools. So keep that in mind. So I think that's about the thinness I want. I'm also gonna roast this with the salmon in the oven, so it's gonna continue to reduce. So I don't want it to be too glazy. I think this is gonna be perfect. Let's just strain this guy out of here. And there you have it, homemade teriyaki sauce. That's really good. Pretty interesting. Might be making teriyaki sauce from now on. Okay, so that's done. Can you see these bones sticking out? Those are the pin bones. You have to remove those. And they sort of pull right out like that. It's pretty annoying when they don't come pulled, but it's not a big deal to get them out. You just kind of have to expose them. And you can get some tweezers that are designated for just doing this, but I don't have them. That's why I'm doing it with my hand. Paper towel sort of helps cling on to them. Now essentially, we want to take the skin off, but we want to take as little meat off as possible. So we want to start at the skinny end because we don't want to kind of mess up this beautiful end too much right here. So we basically will just take a little cut in like that, just to expose a little bit of the skin. And you can kind of start on an angle, try to get a hand onto the skin, and then with your knife angle downward, not upward, just shake back and forth. So that's a beautiful piece of fish, skinned and deboned. I'm gonna put my salmon into this little Pyrex baking dish. So now I'm just gonna pour the teriyaki sauce right into the baking dish. And I'll get that stuff all over the salmon. So I'm just gonna throw this into a 450-degree oven, super hot, for about 5 to 8 minutes. And then I'm gonna hit the broiler on it and try and get a nice char on the top without burning the sauce, over reducing it, burning any of it. I want a nice char on it, I want it cooked nicely through, and I want that sauce kind of bubbling on top. And then you can store your teriyaki sauce. It's so good. Such an easy dish, and if you have somebody in your family who doesn't like salmon, this is a perfect recipe to sort of get them on board. And then that technique works if you just don't want to do teriyaki salmon. Say you want to cut on some of that sugar, you just olive oil, salt and pepper, throw it right in the oven, cook it the same exact way. It's beautiful, lots of flavor from teriyaki, and we made it ourselves. We got extra teriyaki sauce. This would be perfect with some nice rice underneath it. I wish I made some. Maybe some broccoli. So a lot of you have asked for some Asian recipes and some fish recipes. This one satisfies both. Fish is good for you. It's got those omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon especially, eat some more salmon. It's good stuff. Thanks to all my patrons. Thank you all so much, it really means a lot. Thanks to all my viewers, thanks to all the subscribers that are coming in. Channel's growing, makes me happy. Love making new friends with all of you. So much love to everybody. That's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.